this setup is kind of really cozy. I feel like I've been feeling like this for maybe a few days now. I am just in that phase of my life where I'm really learning how to grow into being an adult, and I guess this kind of made me realize, you know, I need to get into the next phase of my life. Like, I need to learn how I'm gonna hold myself and, you know, get a job and stuff like that. And I mean, me personally, I have like traumas of like, or like fear of not being able to get a job or like not being able to work. And that kind of made me think about how like the corporate world, or like corporate speak even in itself, is just, it really does disconnect you as a human being. Like, it really does disconnect you from your true self, or like your true instincts, you know? Like, for example, I've worked in stuff like retail and customer service and stuff like that, and one of the examples, I guess, is a lot of the time if you work in like retail, you are not allowed to have your phones with it. It's okay, valid, I guess. And a lot of the time you're also not allowed to like sit down. You usually have to just like be standing throughout the day so that you don't like appear lazy, you know, when a customer comes in or whatever. But yeah, stuff like that. Or like even how a lot of the time in a 9 to 5 you would get like a 25 to 30 minute break, and that would just be a lunch break. Like, that's the only time you get a break, but you just have to use it up to eat, and you're not really allowed to have that freedom of, you know, taking a walk or like taking a breather in like a normal corporate job. And I feel like it really just makes you pretend to be something or like someone you're not, like for so long, and like for long periods of time. Like, you're working 9 to 5 a day, like 5 days a week, or like 4 days a week, whatever. But yeah, sorry, my phone cut out. But yeah, I just feel like I have these moments of word vomit where I just want to get out everything that like I feel. And like, I do have my download book, like I do write out my thoughts and stuff, but sometimes you just need to vocalize it, you know? And I just felt like this would be a good platform to do that on, because I have not been on here in a really long while, and the last time I posted a video, a lot has changed since then. A lot. So I don't know, I just felt like it's a good way to just get out, girl. Just say how you feel, you know? But yeah, just getting back on topic, the corporate world. Yeah, that's really just been on my mind. Also thinking about how a lot of the time when you are, like when you do have a job or when you get into work, you really lose touch of being able to have hobbies and like being able to better yourself mentally and like physically as well in most cases. Also, in a way, it does keep you like in that loop, or like in that sense, or like sense in that circle of feeding into the capitalistic system. Like, you gotta have like that 8 a.m. coffee, or like, you know, it just like incentivizes you, I don't know if I'm using that word right, to buy more things. And like, because you're basically unable to like cook for yourself because you're working fucking 9 to 5. You gotta come back home, you gotta be tired. Like, you're not gonna want to do much. So yeah, that's also a way that it plays in, I guess. My like dream since I was a kid, this might sound extreme, but honestly I don't really think it's that extreme if you really think about it. Like, if you really look at the world and how it is right now, my dream since I was a kid was just like world reform. Yeah, I feel like that's pretty self-explanatory in itself. But I feel like that's also why, in a way, COVID, yes, it was bad. obviously for a lot of people it was really bad, but I feel like COVID in a way was very pivotal to humanity as a whole, because it just really did kind of, yeah, it was bad, yeah, but like, keep putting that aside, if you look at it in a different way, it really did kind of show people like a different side, because the world was so much more peaceful back then. And like, I don't know, it just kind of gives you a peek into how things could be. But yeah, COVID, I feel like that's also kind of when remote work was introduced, and that really did, like, more people are leaning into that option more. And I feel like, honestly, Gen Z, I hope, I really truly in my heart hope, but I feel like Gen Z would maybe be the only kind of generation in a way to actually be able to achieve world reform, because we're kind of the generation that realizes the world in a, like, for the reality that it is, compared to like our previous generations. Because I feel like a lot of people like the woke mind virus, yeah, it's kind of a joke, but also, like, you know, it has its good things and its bad things, but people are definitely a lot more conscious to the way the world works, and that does give me hope in a way. It really, really does. I guess there's also that conversation of, like, when you're talking about jobs and stuff like that, what is that saying? It's that fuck, what was that saying? Something about something about how if you do the thing you love for work, it's not even gonna feel like a job. But like, at a point, if you're basically made to do the thing you love for work, you're using it as a means to survive. Like, it's not, at a point, it's probably not gonna be so fun anymore, right? Like, it's gonna give you burnout in a way if you keep doing what you love to survive and like to fucking live and pay rent and shit like that. I guess the best possible outcome in that sense would just be like, and I've heard this a lot, is do like a job you can tolerate, and then use that money to like save up and live the life you desire using that money, and like putting that to like your dream. These thoughts have probably like been felt by a lot of other people, so I guess that kind of makes me feel a little bit less lonely in a way. But yeah, I am in that phase of my life right now. I'm feeling very much thought daughter these past few days. So I feel like uni in like that sense, or like university and like college, is very, very important in a way. Like, yeah, it's a fucking cash grab. It's a total fucking cash grab. But I feel like that's kind of when your body is probably like the most healthiest, and like you're really able to take advantage of being able to do what interests you, and like being able to figure out yourself, basically, like what hobbies you like, and like what you appreciate in friendships, and, you know, being able to like join in different clubs and like having that experience to engage with. So yeah, if you're in uni, like I am thankfully right now, and I'm having to figure out what the next step is, but if you're in uni right now, do take advantage of this time. Like, really, like, yeah, I'm pretty sure assignments and stuff is gonna be hard, especially if you're like working part-time, but this is probably gonna be the most chill phase of your life, like, because you don't really have that much of a responsibility, like a real life responsibility. So if you're lucky enough to actually have the opportunity to go to university, and like especially if it's abroad, take that experience, grab it by the balls, take advantage of it, like figure yourself out, like figure what you like. I feel like that's the best you can kind of do with how the world is right now.